Good morning, my dear students. In our last class, we have completed lesson 1 to 6 from chapter 1 from lower organisms chapter. And today we will read lesson 7 to 10. Okay, take your book and open at page 6. It's lesson 7, Entamoeba. Entamoeba is a unicellular organism which belongs to the kingdom of Protista, and they live as parasites in our large intestine. It also can live in monkeys, cats, dogs, pigs, and rats' intestine. And entamoeba uh, causes dysentery, kind of dysentery. Name is amoebic dysentery. Okay, uh, you know, dysentery is of two types. One is amoebic dysentery, and another is bacillary dysentery. The amoebic dysentery causes by Entamoeba histolytica, and bacillary dysentery caused by Bacillus bacteria. And today we will read about this entamoebic diarrhea. Okay, dysentery. This is an entamoebic dysentery. Dysentery. Okay, this is a life cycle of Entamoeba histolytica, and how you can see how an entamoeba produces spores, or how entamoeba reproduce by cell division. Okay, uh, you can also we can also see a video of a life cycle of Entamoeba histolytica. You can know about uh, more information how entamoeba causes harm, causes dysentery in our body and to the other person. Okay, let's see the video.
Entamoeba histolytica, which is a parasite. It causes diarrhea in human body. This diarrhea caused by the Entamoeba histolytica is called amoebic dysentery. Now we will see the life cycle of the Entamoeba histolytica. This is the food or the drink that gets contaminated by the cyst of Entamoeba histolytica. When we consume the contaminated food or drink, the cyst of entamoeba gets inside our body. Cyst of Entamoeba histolytica is a non-mobile form, that is, it cannot move. The cyst gets inside our body through our mouth, and it travels throughout the gastrointestinal tract of the human body. This is our body, and the GI tract starting from the mouth. It starts from the mouth and goes through the stomach and reaches the small intestine. And the small intestine opens into the large intestine. And the large intestine ends in the rectum or the anus. Now the cyst enters through the mouth and grows throughout the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and goes outwards of the body. When it enters the mouth, it is the cyst. But when the cyst crosses the stomach, one cyst gives rise to 8 trophozoites. Trophozoites are the mobile form of the Entamoeba histolytica. This trophozoite or the mobile form looks like this in the microscope. This is the microscopic view of trophozoite, the mobile form of the Entamoeba histolytica. It looks like this in the microscope. The structure is somehow like it has pseudopodium, the endoplasm, the karyosome, and this is the nuclear membrane. It also shows ingested RBC. These are those RBCs ingested by these trophozoites from our body. Now, when the trophozoite reaches the intestine, it starts multiplying. It multiplies in our colon. Trophozoite multiplies by binary fission. It forms lots of trophozoites in the colon, and simultaneously it forms cyst, that is the non-mobile form. And the cyst goes out of the body with the feces or the stool. The stool of the infected human contains lots of cysts of Entamoeba histolytica, and it again contaminates food or drinks, and the cycle goes on.
Okay, my dear students, that's how we have seen Entamoeba reproduces by cell division and sporulation processes. In sporulation processes, protoplasm of the cell divides into many pairs and produces small spores. These bacterial spores or entamoebic spores may travel from one place to another with the dust in the air. Bacteria may easily get transferred through shaking hands, germs dispersed easily through stale and rotten foods. Cholera and typhoid are bacterial disease. Once spread of disease causes by virus, bacteria and entamoeba was very high. In our country, there is no sanitary latrine, and the people use fields or unhygienic latrines for defecation. Entamoeba infested fecal matters get mixed with the soil. Handling that soil contaminates hands, vegetables grown in those soils are also contaminated. Vegetables sometimes contaminated with entamoeba germs. After normal cooking, entamoeba germs are still alive. Entamoeba is transmitted in the soils also. Okay, now lesson 8 to 9, how these microbes creating health hazards. I have discussed it just now. And lesson 10, prevention and remedy of health hazards caused by these microbes. For prevention and remedy of these diseases caused by virus, bacteria, fungi, and entamoeba, a joint effort is needed to follow the rules of hygiene carefully. Okay, you must be careful of hygiene, your personal hygiene. It should be kept in mind that a weak health runs the risk of being attacked by diseases. So everybody should take balanced diet regularly according to their body's need. Only meat and fish cannot meet the demand of the balanced food. Taking vegetables and fruits along with these can fulfill the demand of balanced diet. Okay, and encourage everybody for leading a hygienic life. Most of all, you want to have clear idea about how germs get inside human body and how to resist them. Discussion may be initiated in schools, mosques, temples, playgrounds, marketplaces, and places where a large number of people gather. The best preventive measure is to make people aware of it. When attacked, the patient should call in a doctor and take his advice. If needed, medicine should be taken. Treatment of a quack doctor leads to complication instead of curing it. So don't go to a quack doctor. We have much responsibilities regarding it. Okay, that's all. Try to fill up the gaps. Try to answer these short questions and try to tick the multiple choice questions and try to solve two creative questions. And this is what is this A and what is this B. This is a unicellular living organism, and this is also unicellular living organisms. You can see it in our bacteria topic, rod-like bacteria. What are called these rod-like bacteria? Rod-shaped bacteria. Okay, find out the question and try to write this. B is a harmful organism, but it is important for environment. How this organism help our environment? Uh, uh, I can give you a clue. It helps decomposition of dead bodies and organic waste. Okay, and it also fixes nitrogen in soil. Uh, and try and find out the answers and try to arrange your answer. Okay, and now uh, creative question 2, try to solve this. This is about virus. Yeah, Sohail is suffering from influenza. His father told him to use handkerchief while coughing and sneezing. Of course, you must use handkerchief while you're coughing or sneezing in this pandemic situation. Also, it's a must. And do this to work by yourself. Okay, then that's all for today's class, my dear students. I think you have gathered much idea about these lower organisms and try to write these answers of this exercise part. I will check it later, and thanks for joining my class. Thank you, everybody.